quick teardown. It's another one of the Ademco security products, and this is a model 5816, which is a little window slash door opening detector. So when the magnet, pretend this is a magnet, is near it, there's a reed switch, and when you open the door or whatever, it pulls it away from the magnet, close to the contact, sets off the alarm. Very easy to open because, as expected, there's our nice little lithium battery. Shouldn't be anything more than this chip and an antenna, because there's not really a lot going on with this. It just kind of senses the contact, and then there you go. So we'll take this out. I don't think there's actually a screw on this. I think it's just held in by clips. Well, I broke that clip, but that's okay. Oh, well, there's a little bit more than I expected. A bunch more of that weird early surface mount stuff that looks a bit... Yeah, these have been wave soldered. That's why it looks a little bit different. You can sort of tell there's glue underneath. There's glue underneath the components. So you can tell they've been glued down, and then the wave solder goes across and solders all of it. Underneath this all-important code is just another one of those reference oscillator things. And this chip is an EM7406, and then copyright PRY2, and then a long number. Oh, and this is a terminal in case you were to actually wire this into power instead of having it battery powered. This is a Pitway, copyright 1998. And then this switch is for it knowing if the cover is on or off. That way it can tell if you're tampering with it in order to try to disable it or some other thing. And that is about it. I'm really interested in knowing if anyone could please tell me these little red spikes on the back of the circuit board are. I'm really interested if someone could please tell me these little red spikes on the back of the circuit board are. I went and fetched a quick magnet so we can try out the reed switch, see if we can hear anything. Went and grabbed a magnet, so we're going to see if we can hear the reed making a sound when we switch it. Because essentially a reed switch is just two metal pieces that when you move a magnet near it, it closes or opens depending upon the type. If you're going through electronics trying to do teardowns, I highly recommend that you get the reed switches out of these because they're very useful and they're pretty cheap normally, but if you can get this board for free, take that part off, probably the terminal block if you really want, maybe this battery holder, but I really don't know how often you're going to want to use slightly stranger batteries. This micro switch, if you can get it out, and this part I think is specialized. I can't find any obvious data on it. Some of these numbers come up with static RAM, so maybe this is some sort of integrated micro and they have some sort of other RAM built in or something. But yeah, so that's just a very quick look at this. Oh, and if anyone could please tell me what these little plastic stakes, these little red plastic stakes are, that'd be great. Because I like a good challenge. Let's see if on air I can actually desolder a terminal block. Waiting for our iron to get up to a temperature. Smell of smoke rising into the room. Forgot the fume extractor. Important part. Okay. So when you're desoldering stuff, always flow fresh solder onto boards because most likely they're lead free, and it'll make it a nightmare to try to do anything with. So we're going to see if I can get anything to flow. Yeah, I feel it taking it now. Alright, good, good. Then we're going to grab our little tool here and we're going to heat everything back up. Didn't really get it, but it's not terrible. I can't see from where I am, but we'll assume it's good. Quite a good amount of solder on that. If you're ever trying to work on a component and you can't get it off, my best method is to stick a weight on it. Oops. Estimate your size correctly. Stick a weight on it. Alright. Going to get a little solder here. And basically wiggle this back and forth. Now remember, this is going to be extremely hot, the solder that's on here, when it falls off. So make sure it's going to fall somewhere you want it to. And get this balanced very well. And there you go, right off the board. That's if you're crappy at soldering. It's the one perk of having your fume extractor just be a fan and a sponge. You can cool down your components. So now that that's amply cold, so you can see we have extracted the part. So that's kind of a terrible, poor way to do it. Of course, with the reed switch on the front here, can't really go sticking too much of a weight on it and be doing too much harsh stuff to it because it's made of glass. And the reason why you would have trouble with a section like that is that you're going into this giant ground plane that's trying to steal all of your heat away. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, enjoy, all of that. Goodbye.